What is going on, guys? Shady9 here, and today I'm bringing you a commentary on Crysis 3 multiplayer in 2019. This is something I've always wanted to talk about for a while now. I've always wanted to discuss my thoughts on the community and the game itself with all of you, and now I'm doing just that, so I hope you find this at least entertaining. So in this match, I'm playing on Hell's Kitchen with Bonnie87 and Don Bunny Robito. Bonnie typically uses the Rhino shotgun, and I'm not entirely sure what Don's favorite weapon is, but he's still a good player as well. We are squatted up against the HXG clan, and that consists of Princess and Nuke Soldier. Nuke Soldier is pretty good at the game. In the prior matches that we played prior to this video, he was putting up some impressive scores in the 30s and 40s, so he's a fairly good player. And we're also playing against Lang. I'm not entirely sure if that's how you pronounce it, so apologies, but he is the second highest ranked individual on the Crysis 3 Xbox 360 leaderboards, so he is also a extremely skilled player. He typically uses the feline, and he's always fun to play against. I always enjoy a good time against him. Mama Presta, the guy who is ranked number 1 on the Xbox 360 leaderboards, he still plays from time to time. Have not seen him yet this year, but I know in 2018 he was popping on to the game every now and then. So it's something cool about the community that I think the highest ranked people still continue to play it. Crysis 3 is an exceptionally fun game. The fact that the community has survived almost 6 years since the initial launch of the game is actually insane. This game has outlived games like Lawbreakers, It's outlived tons and tons of multiplayer shooters, and I think that's a testament to just how good and how addictive the gameplay of the multiplayer really is. So now to actually touch upon Crysis 3 multiplayer in 2019, it is a somewhat mediocre experience compared to past years, and I'm going to tell you why. The first reason is that the player count has decreased significantly. In 2018, whenever you wanted to play, you could get on and expect to find 2 whole TDM lobbies going, so that would be 24 players. And they were typically a good amount of rebooters and a good amount of newbies who just happened to get on the game and play. So it made for a pretty good experience. It didn't matter what time you played, what day you played, or where you played. You could find a decent lobby without a significant amount of latency or waiting. In 2019, it is a lot harder to get a full game of TDM going. The match that you're seeing now is my 7th or 8th game of the day. I've been trying to get a decent, fun game recorded that you would all want to watch. It wouldn't just be us running around a empty map with like 4 guys on each team looking for each other the entire round. So this one was competitive. We had rebooters on both sides, so I decided this would be a good one to commentate on. Crysis 3 multiplayer in 2019, it is difficult to try and get a full game going. You can have maybe 8 players in total, maybe 9, maybe 10, like the games prior to this, but 12v12s, or excuse me, 6v6s, that makes 12, are where the game really shines. You want to have rebooters on both sides. You don't want to have them all squatted up in one side of the game, whereas you're just taking on noobs in the other side, because that's not really fun. Especially, the community is kind of hurting itself by doing that, because all the newbies who get on the game, they're checking it out, and they're not going to play it if they're just getting steamrolled each game. So what do you want to do if you want to have a good match is you want to try and squat up with someone to try and abuse the matchmaking system, which puts you on the team. So in this round, I did that. I squatted up with Bonnie and Don, which would ensure that we would play against the HXG clan and Lang, which would ensure that it was a competitive match, which it was. And typically, the competitive ones are the ones that are most fun. As I said before, you don't want to just steamroll noobs, because that gets extremely boring and tedious after a while. You really want to have good competitive gameplay, which is especially more difficult to find in 2019 than it was in past years like 17 and 18. But that's not to say that the game is entirely dead. You can go on and expect to find people still trying to queue for a match pretty much whatever time of day or what day it is. Obviously, the weekends are the most popular times. Even then, I've seen 2 lobbies of TDM. Both of them are not full, but they do exist, which is a testament, as I said, to how exceptional this game is. Also, in this round, I was using the feline. The game is about as fun as you want to make it. as I said, if you want to squad up with a whole bunch of rebooters and just wipe on some noobs, that's entirely up to you. But if you want to make it a bit more challenging, you have to use less conventional weaponry. Obviously, the Grendel and the Mike are the two most popular weapons, in addition to the Rhino, just because the Rhino is exceptionally broken. I don't know why that was never patched, but it is still exceptionally broken in 2019. So the game is what you want to make it. If you want to play with a harder to use weapon like the Typhoon or the DSG sniper rifle or the Gauss Sabat or the Feline, it's really up to you, because typically if you're just steamrolling everyone, it's not fun. And I think Coyote recognized that, and that's why he quit the game. He retired. Good player. Also, a lot of the rebooters have stopped playing in 2019. I mean, Milkman, he plays infrequently, as does Rankified. Sandbox, oh boy, you don't want to play against him. You don't want to play when he's on unless you're on his team. And even then, if you like just watching him get kills, that's a fun pastime when he's on your team. He still plays some every now and then. I don't know what's up with him. But a lot of the good rebooters have stopped playing the game. Cleaver, Rapier, I don't know if you guys remember him. He was a TNT player. He doesn't play at all anymore. Oh boy, just a lot of guys that we all used to know, they don't play anymore. So it's really up to us to make the community what it is. And it's not like we have a Discord or anything. We all just kind of get on and expect each other to all be playing, which is kind of funny. And even more so that it actually works. We still do have games every single day. This isn't a live game in 2019. It is not dead. It has outlived several other games. I mean, it may not have enough or as much players as things like Black Ops 1 and 2 and maybe even 3, but it is still live, and it is worth picking up and checking out if you're a big fan of first-person shooter multiplayers. What's so unique about Crysis 3 is you got your cloak and your stealth, and it is an exceptional experience to play such a fast-paced shooter with such interesting mechanics, and I think that's really what keeps the game alive. So I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on the state of Crysis 3 multiplayer in 2019. I was trying to very much articulate my thoughts on it, so let me know if you have different thoughts, or let me know if you want to talk about some other aspect of the multiplayer community or the game itself, and I would love to do that. So I'll look for your comments down below. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoy the video.
Pull my heart out of my chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink your teeth into my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart and watch it burn. Tear me apart and watch it burn. All that's left is a window to my soul. Come and get it. Come and get it. Mouth to mouth, I breathe you in. Swallow down your jagged sin. Let it drown inside my veins. The sweetest poison I could take. You make it an art.